I spent several hours pondering the idea of sharing this information or not. But then I asked myself a question from the third person. Would you want to know about an unpleasant event or situation potentially coming up in your life beforehand? The gift of premonition is awesome, until it's not. There have been many adverse premonition dreams I've experienced in the past, and speaking for myself, after those adverse events manifested as physical reality, I was prepared to a certain extent. It did not come as a sudden shocking surprise, and so with that, I decided to share. The good news is that the result of this great transition we are currently traveling through will come to a wonderful grand finale in the end. But the bad news is, the road leading to that grand finale may not always be so pleasant for many humans. This was a very recent dream from February of 2026. My favorite spirit guide, Enoch, was standing in front of me. I could see a look of discontentment on his face as he began to speak.
It is not good news that I'm sharing for many. Things within your monetary system are about to get very bad, and a great majority of humans in this country will be affected. Due to these adverse circumstances, many will lose their income and then their homes. And this will also affect you.
Since I have already lost a home to foreclosure in 2005, I felt a bit devastated to hear this news. The scene changed, and I was sitting on a large deck with a group of people. I suddenly heard a voice from the distance boasting loudly,
"Bow down."
I looked to see a group of hierarchies walking in our direction. I realized this was a group of government officials that felt more like a monarchy, and one of those officials, who I will call Bob, held a position in high authority, and he was expected to be bowed down to when he entered. Everyone on the deck fearfully bowed their heads, except me, as I thought to myself, I will bow to no man. Bob walked up onto the deck and then over towards my direction. I assumed I was probably in big trouble for not bowing down. But then, it was as if Bob did not even see me there, as he turned to look at a man sitting to my right and said,
"We will be withholding a portion of your money this month."
He then looked at another man sitting to my left and said,
"And we will be holding your entire check this month."
Bob then turned to walk away. As he came to the edge of the stairway, he smugly looked back at the two men and said,
"Have a nice day,"
as he proceeded to descend the stairs. So how many people out there would fall on very hard times if their Social Security or government-assisted programs were held back for some reason? I'm sure it would get very ugly for many. Dreams typically tend to relay their messages through symbolic scenarios, and the symbolic message behind Bob and the controlling nefarious government officials that were responsible for creating the financial chaos in this symbolic message was very clear. As usual, I tend to look at the general big picture of dream messages like these. And like Enoch pointed out,
It's not such good news for many.
myself included. But let's not focus on negative potentials. I'm not stating that this is absolute premonition. I'm only sharing what I saw in the dream. And this one could fall into the premonition category, or not. Our planet is in labor. We need to maintain our focus on the upcoming birth, the grand finale. And then, those of us that make the great transition will experience the wonderful birth of the true golden age.